Hi, first graders. Are you ready? We're going to do a number talk. Now, remember, number talks are mental math strategies, so we have to do them in our minds. But you can think about things like the tools that we have, our fingers and our cubes and our things like that. We can also think about 10 frames in our mind. Do you guys remember 10 frames? Let's take a peek at one before we start. A 10 frame looks like this. Has 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom, or you could count them like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There are 10 spaces. I have 10 frames in my head all the time, so maybe you'll think about those as well. All right, so let's check this out. I'm going to give you your very first question, and I want to see if you know it lickety-split. 5 plus 5. Okay, do you already know that one? Okay, on the count of 3, I want to hear it nice and clear. Ready? 1, 2, 3, tell me. That's right, you got it. 5 and 5 make 10. Yes. Okay, so we can use this information as a building block. We can build onto what we know because we know 5 and 5 make 10, right? Okay, so here's your next one. 5 plus 6 plus 5. Think about that. Okay, you can give me your heart sign. I have one way. I have 2 ways. Okay, ready? On the count of 3, I want you to tell me what you think the answer is. 1, 2, 3. Tell me. What'd you say? Did you say 15? Did you say 16? 17? What was it? Tell me again. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so I'm going to make some guesses as to what you did. I'm going to guess that some of you probably saw my sneaky move. I put another 5 and 5 in there. And I'm going to guess that some of you said, I already know that's 10, Mrs. Compton. So 5 and 5 still make 10, even though they weren't side by side. And then we have how many more? Let's see. We just have to add that 6 more. So 10 plus 6 more would equal 16. I'm going to guess that that's what some of you thought. I have another guess though. I'm going to change my color so maybe we can see the difference from strategy. So maybe some of you thought 5 plus 6 plus 5. How many of you know how to count by 5s? Raise your hand if you know how to count by 5s. Raise your hand if you're learning how to count by 5s. Raise your hand if you don't know how to count by 5s. It's okay if you don't know, we're going to learn, right? So maybe you saw that 6. Show me 6 on your fingers. Let me see. I'm going to show 6 like this. Some of you might be showing me this, but I'm going to show you 6 like this because it's a 5 and 1 more. So maybe you thought about the 6 as a 5 and a 1 more. Did anybody do that? Did anyone say, I can count by 5, so I'll count 5, 10, 15, and then we just had to add the 1 more, which was 16. I bet some of you did that. Okay, so let's see what that would look like. 5 plus 5 plus 5 makes, let's check that again, ready? 5, 10, 15, and then 15 plus the 1 more is 16. Okay. Did anybody do that? I saw somebody write to me in the comments, no, I didn't do that. All right, so if you want to tell me in the comments, tell me what you did do. I want to hear what you did do. All right, I'm going to give you 1 more. Here it is. I'm going to separate these out. There. Makes my eyeballs happy to have a little separation. All right, here's your next one. 5 plus 9 plus 5. Okay, you can hit pause right now. Everybody think about how they would solve 5 plus 9 plus 5. Hit pause and then hit unpause when you're ready to tell me. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, tell me. Did you say 20? Did you say 19? 18? Did I get a 15? No, you know it can't be 15 because this one's going to be more than that one because we had a 5 and a 5, a 5 and a 5. But this one is 6 and that one is 9. So maybe you knew that this answer would have to be more than that answer. I bet you did. Okay, so I'm going to guess that some of you may have done, maybe you got fancy. Maybe you decided I'm going to use a 10 frame. And maybe you knew if you had 5 on the top, that would be this 5, and 5 on the bottom, you'd fill in the 10 frame. And then how many more would you have left to do? You'd have to do 9 more. So maybe you drew another 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. And then maybe you were like, ooh, I could fill in the whole 10 frame except for 1, because 9 is just 1 less than 10. So maybe you just did that. And then you counted them up and you got 10 plus 9 is 19. Ooh, maybe you did that. I don't know, kids. I just really want to hear your strategies. But guess what time it is? It is story problem time. Are you ready to hear it? I think you are. Let's go. Guess what? I am going to say hello to somebody from Robinson today. Actually, 2 somebodies. So I'm going to say hello to somebody's in Mrs. Maciel's class. So hi, Mrs. Maciel's class. And today we're going to think about seashells in our story problem. So that's probably easy because we've probably all been to the beach collecting seashells at some point, right? All right, so our story is about Adrian and Ryan. So over the weekend, Adrian and Ryan went to the beach. They saw, seashells on the sand, seashells in the water, and seashells on the sidewalk. Okay, so we know for sure they saw some seashells in the sand, in the water, and on the sidewalk. Okay, so we know we are talking about 3 places that they saw seashells. Okay, and our big question that we're trying to solve is, how many seashells did they see all together? Okay, so how many seashells did they see all together during that day? All right, are you ready to see your number sets? Here they come. You might choose 4 and 3 and 6, maybe. Now don't forget, if you choose this set, these numbers all stay together and they have to stay in that order. Or you might choose 14, 3, and 6, or you might choose 14, 3, and 16. Here's the thing, just like choosing a just right book, we have to choose our just right number set because we want to build strong strategies. So while I'm really thinking about my strategy, I actually like to choose this set of numbers, and then I build myself a really strong strategy, and then after that, and I'm ready, I move on to the next set of numbers. So let's make sure that we try out this one and have a good strategy first before we move on. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. 4 is first, it goes on the first line. 3 is second, it goes on the second line. 6 is third, it goes on the third line. All right, we have to read the story back to ourselves with the numbers in it. Don't forget that step, it's the most important part. Okay, over the weekend, Adrian and Ryan went to the beach. They saw 4 seashells in the sand, 3 seashells in the water, and 6 seashells on the sidewalk. How many seashells did they see all together? Okay, kids, it's your turn to solve. I want you to make sure that you choose a really good, strong strategy for yourself. Maybe it's 10 frames, maybe it's fingers, maybe it's cubes. Use a tool of some sort, right? And I want you to answer this question and check in with your teacher. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.